Afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here, those who are here in person, and of course, those who joined us in the live as well. It's an honor to be here today, welcoming you all for the International Women's Day week celebrations at Schindler. As the I&D lead, I've had the privilege of witnessing firsthand how inclusion is shaping the way we work, collaborate, and grow as an organization. Today is not just about celebrating the women that we have here and on our call. It's also about recognizing the collective effort that it takes to create a workplace where we all have an opportunity to thrive. Like I said, it's a collective effort. We all play our part, whether women, men, and everyone else. This year's theme, Inspire Inclusion, reminds us that inclusion is not passive. It requires action, advocacy, and intentional effort. At Schindler, we believe that inclusion is the stepping stone to creating a truly diverse and thriving organization. It's about fostering an environment where women are not just present, but empowered, where men can actively champion equity and allyship. While Schindler is committed to building this culture, real change happens when each one of us steps up and takes personal responsibility, challenging biases, amplifying diverse voices, and ensuring that inclusion is woven into everyday actions and practices. Today, as we celebrate the remarkable contributions of women across Schindler, let's also take a moment to appreciate the allies we have here, those who support, mentor, and advocate for us to have a more equitable workplace. Because inclusion is not just a conversation for today or just for one day during I&D week, but it's a conversation we must have every single day in all of our meetings and embedded in the culture that we have here. With that, I'd love to introduce someone who plays a pivotal role in driving this commitment forward, our CEO, Nitin Chalke. He's been a strong advocate for inclusion and a key driver of Schindler's efforts to create an inclusive workplace. Please join me in welcoming Nitin.
Thank you, Disha. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to be present here. I see a lot of women presence here today from our young graduates, so thanks for joining. It's really a pleasure and honor to be talking to you and celebrating the International Women's Day with you. One is to celebrate the success and the contribution women make in our everyday life, but it's also about acting as a reminder for us to ensure that we all have a role to play, and we have to really work together towards making our workplace more inclusive, more equitable for everybody. So that's the focus we have in the company. You know, Schindler is a 150-year-old company built on the true values, which we all are aware about. Inclusion and diversity is one such pillar around which the company is formed. Recently, we had our Asia-Pacific strategy meeting in Indonesia, where many senior leaders gathered, and we had an interaction with our global HRO, Hugo. And one of the questions asked was about Schindler's focus on inclusion and diversity, and looking at some of the things you hear around the world, especially in the US, about the changes, about the focus on DEI, whether anything will change in Schindler's policy or focus on inclusion and diversity. And he re-emphasized that we are doing this not because it's a fad or something new which comes in the marketplace, but we are doing this because we have a very strong belief in inclusion and diversity as a company, and we feel that that's very important and makes us as a better company. And that's what we'll continue to do, and our aspiration to become more inclusive, more diverse workplace will continue to remain. So there's not going to be any change in the way the company has focused on inclusion and diversity in the past few years. So that legacy will continue, and we expect that we will do the same thing. At Schindler India, our vision is also to become an equal opportunity employer so that everybody's voice is heard. Every voice we really respectfully listen to what the feedback is and act on it, and make it a place where everybody can grow together, can have enough learning opportunities, and really aspire for the dreams and the passion they have in their respective career. And that's what we are trying to achieve. It's great to see the progress we are making as a company in India. Our women workforce has increased by almost 50% in 1 year. But in terms of total percentage of total workforce, we are still not there. So we still have a long way to go, but it's great to see the commitment demonstrated by our employees as we travel across and see how everybody is trying to understand more about why inclusion is important, why diversity is important, and also trying to think about how they can contribute and play a bigger role. So thanks again for everybody's contribution to make this a better place to work. Let's take this also the opportunity to also thank all the women employees in our company. So thank you to all of you who are present here, and also those of you who are on the call. A lot of times, the challenges the employed women face are different. Sometimes they are not recognized or well appreciated or well observed or directly noticed. And that's why sometimes you have to put in some more effort to see few things from the women's perspective and how they feel when they are a minority. And I must share with you my own personal experience. I've shared this in some of the meetings before, that there was one meeting I attended of a diversity council of all women, and I was the only man present in the meeting. And I walked into the room, in the meeting room, full of women, and suddenly I realized I'm the only man. And one of my colleagues, she is an ex-army officer, she commented to me, "Nitin, this is how we feel every day when we enter the room." And it was really an eye-opener for me as to how you feel as a minority working in a workplace. So those kind of experiences is what makes women stronger. That's the resilience I see coming from all of you. And as we travel, we notice some young aspirants, like this colleague sitting here, who are just beginning the journey of their career, working for a large multinational, but trying to learn and very curious to know how they can contribute more and how they can be successful in their career. Two, on the other hand, at the senior leadership level, perhaps Jyoti is the senior most leader here, who is looking at it from a different perspective, having been there and done most of the activities to really grow up the career ladder and build a successful career with a large multinational. So you have this spectrum of women who work for Schindler, and we really value their contribution. They bring new perspective, and it is not that they are just contributing on our business success. But what I also see is that they are the ones who are also building up our culture, making our colleagues, the men colleagues also realize the importance of why diversity is important and how the value can be added by female colleagues also, and how as a company we can become a better workplace going forward. So you are the ones who are also building the future of the organization by making your contribution day in, day out. So once again, thank you for that. Our aspiration is to grow the number even more. We've had some challenges. I must also admit that not every recruitment we have done has been a good success, and it pains me to see some of the decisions we had to take, or some of the colleagues who are performing well but thought that perhaps this was not the right industry for them and decided to try something else. We have to treat those decisions respectfully, both from the company's viewpoint but also from the each person's viewpoint. And it's sometimes painful to see those kind of transitions which happen, but that's also a learning opportunity for all of us. But our intentions are always good. Our intentions are always positive to make sure that we contribute more and more to make this a more inclusive, more diverse workplace where everybody thrives, everybody enjoys working and feel proud to be associated with a company like Schindler. So let's continue to work on that. But women only cannot play the role in promoting the inclusion and diversity, and the men in the company also play a very big role. So those of you, the men who have really come here to attend the meeting, and those of you who are on the call, thank you again for your contribution. Directly or indirectly, you play a big role in promoting diversity in the organization. You being an ally is a very, very important step. And I think many men can do even better. Always think about women at your own home, your mother, your sister, your daughter, to see as to what kind of work environment they would like to thrive in and how they can grow, and what you as man can do to make it easier for them. So your contribution is very important, very valued. Once again, I will thank my men colleague. Some of them have really taken it to the next level. Initially, a lot of apprehension, a lot of resistance, Our industry, elevator industry, is not the industry which has been welcoming in terms of the female workforce. I'm glad that we are really pioneering and driving the change very aggressively, and many other companies are also following the suit, which is great to know. But our own employees are taking efforts to know more about it, ask some questions, get into conversation, also experimenting, trying few things out by recruiting some female, and when they learn more, they are willing to do more. And some of them are really taken it to the next level. So really appreciate the commitment that the team has shown, the willingness they have shown to really adapt to promoting inclusion and diversity in the organization and support us. So thank you again to all those men who are present on the call to do that. Their contribution also makes this change a lasting change. It does not become like a fad for a particular period where you take the numbers high and then it is not sustainable. It's very important for us to keep this sustainable, and like I said, from the leadership team, we are all committed to doing whatever we can to promote inclusion and diversity. And again, one thing I want to reiterate, we are not doing this as a favor for anybody, gender or anybody else. We are doing it because it makes tremendous business sense. And we always discuss this in the leadership team. Tarunesh reiterated the messages yesterday when we had the round table about the importance of women, because our 50% of the workforce, our population is women, and we are losing the talent if we are not focusing on hiring women talent. So 50% of our population we will not even consider if we totally ignore women. That's not what we want to do. Second thing is our users. Half of them are women if the population, half the population is women. So they will bring a new perspective of how our elevators and escalators should be used in different circumstances, and that makes our products better. And that's why it makes business sense for a company like Schindler, which is about moving people, to engage in more and more diverse workforce, so that the power of perspective really carries us far and helps us beat the competition and serve our customers better. And that's why we are doing this. At Schindler, our focus in India has been about attracting, developing, and retaining women talent. We have Inclusion and Diversity Council, and there are focus groups which are working on different initiatives to attract more women talent, about how do we engage with institutes, some ITIs, where we have a batch of students which joined us, some engineering colleges, some management colleges, where we can hire any other institutes we can tie up with to improve our recruitment policies and get better at that. That's one area. Second area is about development. So leadership development programs, having buddies for our women employees, offering proper coaching and mentoring when they join Schindler and elevator industry, and help them understand and kind of handhold them in the initial phase of their career is very important for us. And that's where again our focus is about how to support the women colleagues better. And finally, it's also about retaining the talent. So creating right career ladders, having strong leadership development programs, promoting, when we are recruiting for leadership roles, we are looking at least having minimum 1 or 2 female candidates, ideally 50% female candidates being interviewed, and then we will select on merit. We will of course not select somebody just because of gender. We would look at the merit and the qualification and the suitability for the particular role, and that's going to be always going to be based on merit, and that's what I expect all the females also to expect, that they're promoted based on merit and not based on their gender. That's our focus as well. So our focus is always going to be on attracting the right talent, ensuring that we groom them well, and then we retain them so that they make a long-term career with the company. So that's going to be our emphasis. We'll continue to do more, but we need participation of all of you. And before I conclude, just want to say that I know this is an event, but focusing on inclusion and diversity is not a one-day thing. It is something that we have to think about every day and bring it into our day-to-day lives and every decision we make. And how do we do that more effectively will finally determine how successful we are as an inclusive workplace, where every career is important and every career has the opportunity to excel and do the best in their respective careers. So that's what our focus is. Thanks again for holding this event, and I now hand it over back to Disha. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Nitin. Those are poignant words. With that, I would like to invite Jyoti, our CHRO, to take it and tell us her perspective on inspiring inclusion.
Thank you, Disha, and thank you everyone for joining. It's a very important initiative or a focus area for us, as Nitin has already highlighted. I'd like to read out a few things before I pass on my own personal message on this day. So firstly, like I said, it's truly wonderful to see all of you gathered here to participate and celebrate the International Women's Day week. This year, as we celebrate the theme of inspired inclusion, we all should reaffirm our commitment to creating a workplace where every woman feels valued, empowered, and supported. I think it's not going to be possible without each one of us being conscious of it on a very real-time basis, because there are many occasions that happen on a daily basis where our small little acts of exclusion can make our fellow colleague, who probably may be the only different person in the room, feel excluded. So I think being mindful of it on a very regular basis is extremely important. Your presence here today reflects our shared dedication to fostering a culture of belonging, respect, and equality. So again, your being here, giving the time, and continuously listening to this dialogue is extremely critical and valuable to us. We often do hear that, why not Men's Day, or why not Men's Day being done in such a similar fashion. I think while the thought is, that's a point taken, but I think knowing that this is one set of the 50% of a population which needs that support from all of us to be here, because there are challenges which are unique to us. There are situations that we deal with from the society, from our daily lives, from the way just the setup is around us, that needs us that support of all of you. Otherwise, we all would not be here. And that is something that we acknowledge, we thank you for, and we want that continued support from each one of you. The theme Inspiring Inclusion encourages us to take meaningful steps towards building an environment where everyone feels respected, valued, and included. The word inspiring reminds us that this goes beyond doing it only yourself. We need to every day call out actions or challenge each other on absolutely regular basis as to whether all of us are displaying the same kind of behaviors. It's not only you. If your fellow male colleague or your fellow woman colleague is doing anything which is detrimental to this philosophy of ours, are we calling that action out? Are we even being those champions of having the courage to call those actions out, and therefore inspiring each one of us to be inclusive regularly? Women's Day at Schindler is a reminder that inclusion is not a one-day event, like Nitin rightly mentioned, but it's a practice that is deeply embedded in our culture. It is about recognizing the incredible contributions of women, promoting equity and allyship, and reminding ourselves that inclusion is a journey we all share together. It requires continuous effort, open conversations, and a commitment to learning from one another. And by fostering an inclusive mindset, we create an environment where diverse perspectives are openly shared, and that included for the best decision making for the organization. So let's take this moment to reflect, engage, and commit to an action that we will continue to inspire inclusion all the time. Before I close and give it back to Disha, because she does have some agenda, I do want to now move on from the more formally written speech to something that I want to say to all of you. And I want to thank these set of people for making it possible for all of us, including myself, who's standing here today because of the efforts of all of these people in my life, and I'm sure in each one of your lives. So first and foremost, I want to start with thanking all of your families. I think without them giving you the thought process or the mindset that you need to do something in life and achieve something in life, you wouldn't have been here. So firstly, a big thank you to all of your families, your parents, your siblings, for supporting you, encouraging you, so that you invest in yourself and contribute not only to yourself, but even back to the society. Secondly, I'd like to thank our entire support system, and that includes the help that we have at home, because I think all of us women will acknowledge that, again, we all would not be standing here if it were not for them. I think, for one, we can do without our partners, but we can't do without our house help, right? So I think that's a famous joke that we all have. But honestly, I think a big shout out to all those house help who ensure that our kids are taken care of, our food is on the table, and we always don't have to do everything all by ourselves. And I call out to all of you women that please leverage that help. That help is there. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to take help, not only from them, but even share the load with your partners and with other members of your family. If they don't share the load, just dump it on them. So, on a lighter note. Okay, after that, I do want to thank all our leaders, managers. In fact, in my own career, all my mentors, all of you take this opportunity to thank the leaders, your managers, for always encouraging you, for giving you a pat on the back, and also supporting you as you wade through a lot of difficult challenges that you have in your life. I will take this opportunity to thank my co-leadership team, who, when I came in, I was the only, in the MTM, I'm the only female participant, and not for a minute I ever felt excluded or left out. So a big thank you, Nitin, and my leadership team, and I urge all of you to go back and thank your own ecosystem as well within the organization. Last but not second to last, I think I'd like to thank all our colleagues, our male colleagues. I think those are our allies. I felt so proud many a times when many of my female colleagues have come and told me that they are on the field because of these male colleagues who are there. I know male colleagues who have stayed late night just because their female colleagues are tending to a customer call. I know male colleagues who have, at a site not left till their fellow colleagues is finishing a job. So I think a big round of applause to all of our male colleagues for doing this so wonderfully. It makes me very proud. I've worked in many organizations, but I've honestly not heard those stories in many places. So it's really fantastic, and please continue to do so. And lastly, and last but not the least, I thank all our women colleagues for bringing your tenacity to work every day, for bringing the assertiveness to work every day, and for beating all odds which exist all around us to make sure that you reach work, you contribute, you inspire other of our sisters, and make sure that we make our presence heard and our voice heard. So thank you very much once again. Have a great week, and thank you for all your support and encouragement through the year as well. Thank you. Thanks you, Disha. Back to you.
Thank you, Jyoti. I think taking off from what she said about our women colleagues and our men colleagues all coming together to make this a cause, as both of you said, we're moving on to an important aspect of our Women's Day celebrations. We're celebrating the incredible women and the allies of Schindler who are making a difference across our regions. We believe that representation matters, and today we're proud to showcase stories of the women who are breaking barriers, leading with impact and inspiring inclusion in their own ways, as well as the men who empowered the women to grow and thrive in the environment. These nominations have come from across our regions, recognizing women who've excelled in their roles, but also uplifted those around them. I will move to the next one. Our first colleague here is Harshali. Harshali is a customer engineer from EI in Chhattisgarh and Nagpur branch. She has broken stereotypes as the first woman CE in her branch, and she's been making a lasting impact on the field. She has no prior experience in the elevators and escalators business, but she's embraced the steep learning curve and has earned the L1 and L2 certifications in record time. Supported by her team and leadership, Harshali's journey reflects resilience, dedication, and the power of belonging. We have Anuradha on call, who, Anuradha, if you'd like to say a few words about Harshali.
Thank you, Disha, and thank you, team, for giving such an opportunity for female colleagues to be recognized in this forum and show their stories on internet. Yesterday, when she was going in the internet, she was very happy. She was feeling very blessed and empowered because everyone was seeing, reading her story, appreciating her efforts, and she was on top of everything. So just to address on Harshali, she is very aggressive on her career. She's quick learner. As you already said that she completed her L1, L2 in record breaking times. And in a field also, she is continuously doing improvement and simplification in the processes, and she's always ready to do whatever is required, and if someone asks for a support, she's always ready. And her interest is more in the R&D, and I wish her good luck for her next interest area.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Anuradha. Could we have another round of applause for Harshali, please? We'll move to our next woman who's breaking barriers, Kavita. Kavita Banjan is the assistant manager at Business Excellence here in head office. Since 2011, Kavita has been a pillar of the Business Excellence team, thriving through mentorship, collaboration, and continuous learning. While excelling at work, she seamlessly balances her roles as a professional, a wife, and a mother, fueling her well-being through her passion for cycling. Whether on early morning rides or weekend journeys, she finds strength, connection, and inspiration on two wheels. Her story reminds us that prioritizing self-care empowers personal and professional growth, proving that balance is the key to long-lasting success. Unfortunately, her managers are traveling for business reasons, so they're not able to be here, but if you could just have a round of applause for Kavita. We'll move to the next woman, Catherine Thomas. Catherine has been quite a face everyone recognizes around here. She works at BSc. She's the HR partner for BSc. She's moved from HR intern to HR BP, and she's been the driving force in shaping Schindler India BSc since its inception. She shaped processes, enhanced employee experience, and drove gender diversity and strengthened retention, creating a lasting impact on people and culture. I believe we have Vijay on call. Vijay, if you'd like to say a few words about Catherine.
Thank you, Disha. I think Catherine is a great example as to how women can grow in Schindler. From an intern to a BSc business partner is a real incredible growth, which came out of pure hard work, commitment, and resilience. And she is much appreciated by the BSc leaders, not only to the leaders, but by the whole team, BSc team. She has been closely working and partnering with the leaders in driving many initiatives across the floor in upskilling BSc employees through trainings, capability developments, employee engagement. And I think if you see, it reflects on the attrition. In 2022, we were at an attrition of 25%. We closed the year 24 at 16%. Oh, as we honor women everywhere, let's acknowledge her contribution and the positive impact Catherine has brought to the BSc to make it a great place to work. Thank you, Catherine. Thanks, Disha.
Thank you, Vijay. We move on to a male ally who's supported women in their career growth as well. We have Sunil from West 1. Um, Throughout her 1.5 years at Schindler, Sharmisha has been supported by Sunil, an unwavering pillar of support. She's transitioned from a non-industrial field to taking on a massive project at Runwal Gardens, which included 75 high-rise buildings, which presented Sharmisha with numerous challenges. She faced customer escalations and manpower issues, but Sunil was always there to guide her. His steadfast mentorship has been instrumental in her development, helping her to thrive and gain invaluable experience in the elevator industry. Today, Sharmishta is excelling in her role as a GL in Thane KDMC, handling the large-scale projects and clients with confidence and finesse. Sunil's guidance has been crucial in her success, allowing her to grow and shine in her career. Next, we have Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi Adik is the customer engineer from EI in West Region 1. With passion and grit, Vaishnavi has stepped into the field as the first woman DET in West, breaking stereotypes and setting new standards. Her commitment to safety, customer satisfaction, and continuous learning earned her accolades from leadership and helped her clear a Level 1 certification on the first attempt. Vaishnavi's journey proves that determination and resilience is no barrier. I believe her manager Vikas is on call. Vikas, if you could come on and say a few words about Vaishnavi. But maybe we could just give her a round of applause if Vikas is not around. We'll move to Triveni. Triveni is the account manager, EI Sales. Her story is quite inspiring. This is something that quite stuck with me given the challenges that she faced. She was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer, but her unwavering determination and balancing treatment and professional responsibilities while emerging as the top performer was incredibly inspiring. She also hit all of her KPIs. While self-care and taking care of yourself is important while you are going through something, this was truly an incredible display of resilience. Her story is testament to power of inner strength, perseverance, and dedication, inspiring us to rise above life's challenges. Her manager Rajesh is on call. If Rajesh could speak a few words.
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for this opportunity for, speaking few words about Triveni, although I will be short of words for her. I mean, this unfortunate thing which happened to her in 2024, I mean, this is something, before I come to that, she started her career as a back office telecalling executive somewhere in 2007 and 8, and today reaching an accounts manager position in customer relationship management. I mean, I'm very proud to say as a EI manager, commercial Mumbai too, I have almost 50% of my team strength as women. And Triveni has been, inspirer for me to recruit more and more girls in the roles of a EICRM. So Triveni, thank you so much for, inspiring me and believing, because this was a male-dominated industry and where we always thought कि लिफ्ट बोलेगा तो ये मतलब बंदों का ही काम है. The girls may not handle those customers and all, but you break all those, thought processes with your success. Coming back to this 2024 episode, yes, it was really unfortunate, but this has bring out a different dimension of her personality, where for earlier years she was not just fighting with the customers or the internal things to really, give the responses to the customer and resolve service issues, but here it was something very personal and it was very major. So Triveni
Thank you.
also. So
Thank you,
God bless
Rajesh.
you, and thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajesh. Our next woman
Thank
is
you.
Shweta. Shweta is a journey. She's a customer engineer in EI in WR2. She's a journey of courage, excellence, and breaking barriers. She relocated from Pune and became the first woman CE to create L2 certification within just 2 months. Her determination, technical expertise, and customer centricity have redefined possibilities. Managing demanding customers and navigating field challenges, she set a benchmark for women in engineering. I believe her manager Parag is on call. Parag, if you could take a few minutes to speak about Shweta. We can just give her a round of applause and then we can move on. Speaking about male allies, we have Vaibhav, the NI manager. Vaibhav has remained focused and brought Meenakshi as sharp project engineer into the demanding environment of Schindler. And since it's a male-dominated industry, he certainly served as a male ally who helped her thrive in the workplace. Meenakshi is now managing multiple sites, confidently navigated the challenges, and coordinating fitters and liaising with clients. Vaibhav had provided her with the tools and trust to excel, dismantling preconceived notions. But his commitment didn't stop there. He's also nurtured Srilata, a group leader responsible for seamless handover of newly installed lifts. Male allies are super important, and people who've helped and empowered her to lead, ensuring her voice was heard and her expertise was valued. We can have a round of applause for Vaibhav and move This next one is a little bit special. It's about women uplifting women, growing with others around you. Trisha and Lalita have a unique story through their unwavering support and guidance. Trisha has not only excelled as a group leader in NI, but has played a pivotal role in shaping Lalita's journey at Schindler. Under her mentorship, Lalita embraced the challenges of NI environment, building confidence, technical skills, and resilience. Their story exemplifies how empowerment and collaboration can transform potential into success, proving that when women lift each other, they accelerate collective growth. We don't have their manager on call, unfortunately, because they had customer calls, but we can just take a minute to applaud them. Our next story is Nathia from the South region. She's the senior technical trainer. She went from being an admin officer to becoming Schindler India's first woman master trainer. With a relentless drive to learn, grow, and inspire, she's broken barriers and paved the way for others to unlock their potential. I believe her manager, Ajit, is on call. Okay, I hear from my team that Ajit is not on call. Unfortunately, he had to go for a customer call as well. But thank you, Nathia, for your contributions. Aparna is a journey of resilience, dedication, and growth. She's the account manager of Mod Tea Sales. She's made a remarkable comeback post-maternity with renewed aspirations. She's taken an experimental role in Mod sales with greater responsibilities, and she balanced personal transitions by delivering outstanding performance, proving that with passion and perseverance, motherhood is not a pause, but a powerful chapter in success. We don't have her manager on call, unfortunately. Chetan, of course, is a very familiar name we have around here. To speak about Chetan, I will bring Chinmay on stage.
Thank you so much, Disha. On this occasion, I would take a moment to appreciate Chetan Shinde. He's my manager. He's leading the Schindler University non-technical leadership and behaviors. Chetan has been an ally for me, and I'm sure for most other women colleagues that we have here in Schindler and outside. Allyship is a continuous effort. It's not a one-time token action that you do, and Chetan has always made sure to show up for me each and every day. He's made sure I receive high-impact projects. He's trusted in me with those. He's also facilitated timely recognition and has been a pivotal part of my journey here at Schindler. Thank you for creating a safe space, not just for me, but for others in the team. And yeah, thank you so much. We need more people like you. We do have more people like you. And it's wonderful to have this opportunity to appreciate male colleagues like you. Could we have a big round of applause for him?
Thank you, Chinmay, and thank you, Chetan. Our next woman is Shweta Holla. She's the Business Development Manager, EI Sales in South Region. From NI back office to EI Sales, Shweta has consistently embraced challenges and pushed the boundaries. She faced a steep learning curve in navigating the pandemic with resilience, and she stood firm in her aspirations, proving that determination paves the way for success. As the only woman on her team, Shweta felt empowered, included, and supported due to her male allies, and inspired others to break barriers and accelerate action. I believe we have Anand on call, her manager. If you could just say a few words about Shweta.
Yeah, so thank you, team. So thanks for giving the opportunity to talk in International Women's Day celebration for the whole week. And here I would like to take the opportunity to thank the wonderful women in part of my life, being with my mother and my wife and my friends, the female friends and my colleagues. So namely, I think we have two Shwetas and Apurva, all those part of my team. And they bring a lot of positive energy to my team on a daily basis. And with regard to Shweta, we would like to talk. She's really ambitious and do the work on a perfectionist example. Anything what we allot her, she takes to the utmost care and finish it on time with a high quality. And we have been working together since last 5-6 years, and I've seen her growing in the organization as well as managing both her professional life as well as personal life. Being working woman, it is not so easy to handle both But I think Shweta is the right example, the best example, what we can say, how to manage both work as well as personal life, being it taking care of her daughter or taking care of her mother-in-law and husband and managing both. I think she's doing the wonderful job, and she's the top performer every time. So she wants to finish the work with high quality and on time, and being in participating in many events, like we go for bike ride and events and outing and any office related, and she's always in a front runner to do most of the work, and I'm very happy and proud to have her in my team. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anand. Our next woman is Manish. Manish is a customer engineer EI in South Delhi. She stepped into the unknown to excel, and she transitioned from a different industry to thrive in the CE role. Her commitment to learning and excellence earned her the Pan India Safety Award, setting new benchmarks for performance in safety. She broke barriers, not only shaped her own success, but inspired more women to join the field, proving that inclusion fuels transformation. We can have a round of applause for Manish. Our next woman is Supreet. From sales, she became the top installation leader. Her journey is a testament to resilience. Stepping into a male-dominated field, she quickly adapted, leading her team to thrive with zero attrition and mentored others to grow. Her story proves that with determination and passion, there are no limits to what can be achieved. I believe Vikasit, her manager, is on call. Vikasit, if you could say a few words.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate Supreet. I think she totally deserves this applause. So she has been one of the most hardworking, strongest, and resilient person I've ever come across. It gives me immense pleasure to see her journey from NI sales to become the top performing NIGL for the branch. A while back, when she was, given the award for the best NIGL, I candidly asked her, how was she able to get this and achieve this in first year of her role? To which she replied that what she did was she just did did the basics right. She did the basics right and strictly adhered to the processes and core values. And this is what she has been imbibing to the field team all across. She just takes care of her customers, her team, and the center point to all the decisions which she makes throughout the year was to keep customers delighted and team motivated. And this has been proven, with zero attrition in her team. And I would say that her team, she has always been working on the team so that they are grooming for the next level. So I think I'm very much fortunate to have Supreet in my team. All the best, Supreet.
Thank you, Vikasid. Uh, this is another male ally that we'd like to felicitate here. When we spoke about Lalita and Trisha, Gaurav had a key hand in making sure that they were empowered to succeed in their fields. Um, Gaurav didn't just place them in these roles, he actively mentored them. He fostered a culture of open communication, ensuring their voices were heard and contributions valued. He understood the challenges that they faced in a traditionally male-dominated field and provided unwavering support and advocated for their professional development. Just before we go to Anjali, I would just like to take a minute. We have our first all-women ITI batch here as well. Ladies, if we could have you up front. These young ladies made the decision to join Schindler India and have officially become our first ITI women cohort. Just a loud round of applause. We want to take a minute to thank you for coming here and for your resilience and for your willingness to learn. If I could ask you about how your experience has been so far, if one of you could tell us about how it's been. You got this far, you can't be shy now. हाँ.
थँक्यू सो मच चान्स दिल्याबद्दल. मराठीतच बोलते. फर्स्ट टाईम इतका सगळ्यांसमोर बोलायला वाटतंय तर भीती तर वाटते, पण आत्तापर्यंतचा एक्सपिरियन्स खूप भारी होता. प्रत्येक टीममधले सिनियर इंजिनियर्स वगैरे सगळे खूप सपोर्ट करतात. प्लस प्रहुला मॅम सगळं नेहमी ऑफिसमध्ये गेल्यावर किंवा इथे आल्यानंतर पीटर सर सगळे ट्रेनिंग वगैरे खूप छान झाली. नंतर आम्ही SUमध्ये पण गेलेलो होतो, तेव्हा पण खूप छान ट्रेनिंग झाली. बस थँक्यू.
Thank you. Yes.
अभी रिसेंटली मैं आप लोग सबसे मिली थी, राइट? और आप लोग सबने प्रॉमिस किया था कि आपका L1 क्लियर होगा पहले ही उसमें, राइट? सो ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you. It's very heartening watching young talent with shy, fresh faces come and be so passionate to show up for events like these while they have such busy schedules, I'm sure, with all the trainings that they have been in. So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for being here. Moving on. Anjali is our deputy manager in NI sales from Gurgaon. She transitioned from sales manager during maternity leave, and it reflected her determination and passion for growth. She balanced new motherhood with high-pressure targets, client relationships, and team leadership, proved that no life stage defines a woman's potential. Her story is one of perseverance and inspires others to pursue their ambitions fearlessly. We don't have a manager on call, but we could have one round of applause. And last but not the least, we have Rupa. Rupa's relentless pursuit of growth saw her transition from administrative roles to operational excellence, taking the bold leap into sales, a space where strategy, resilience, and client relationships define success. I believe we have her manager Anil on call. If Anil, you could say a few words for Rupa.
Adisha, good afternoon and thank you, and happy Women's Day to all our women members of Schindler family and around us. So regarding Rupa, she has been working with Schindler for last 13 years, and yesterday we celebrated Women's Day in our office, and she shared her part of story. So she was working in EI back office when I initiated my assignment in Noida. So I offered her to work in EI sales because she was too good in managing the numbers and supporting the EI team. And she took the responsibility with the open heart. And in out of 200 sales people, ACP, sales ACP, she ranked 3 in last year. And this year also she ranked in the top in the branch out of 7 members. So the way she is managing her role, it is showing that gender is not only a parameter to be selected for the sales or any other roles. So what Tarunesh sir and Nitin sir has just mentioned yesterday and today. So and other along with his her role in EI sales, she is managing customer CX champions role. Along with that, she is managing 2 or other projects like passive reduction target what we have taken in the northern region too. So I wish all the best to Rupa for her future, and thank you Rupa for contributing beyond the boundaries. Thank you, Disha.
Thank you, Anil. With that, we come to an end of the presentation, but I do want to take a minute. I know it was a lot of names, but it's never enough names when you look at an industry where we have so many men and so little women. So every woman who's here, while your name might not be here, your work is recognized, your presence is felt, and your voice is heard. Anywhere, anything that you need support, Schindler is there to support you. The leadership is here to support you. We are always here. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your dedication. I'm going to hand it over to Jyoti to just say a few words.
So, so thank you, Disha, for emceeing it so well. And before I actually call Hussein to give the vote of thanks, I do want to thank the organizers. And so thank you, a big thank you to Rajesh, Michelle, Meenal, Yojana, Deepti, Chetan, Chinmay, Pranshu, Bhagyashri, Samadhan, and last but not the least, Disha, for being as the IND lead, kind of planning the whole event and then continuously working for the last few weeks with all our regional colleagues. In fact, the entire HR team has been at it, but thank you to all the managers who've nominated, taken out time to think and recognize the incredible work that everybody is doing. And once again, from my side, before we sign off, thank you to everybody for making Schindler what it is every day and for creating an inclusive and diverse culture. It's extremely critical for us to be a great place to work and also to be successful as an organization. Thank you to the leadership team for the constant commitment and to all our male allies for constantly living the example of being a great mentor and a great support to all of us. Thank you, and Hussein, now calling you over to give the vote of thanks.
So thank you everyone. First of all, thank you everyone for participating. A round of applause for everyone on the call over here. Just wanted to just reiterate few things that was spoken by Nitin, Jyoti and Disha is, one is this is not one moment thing or one day thing. I think so we need to carry this as a culture. We need to carry this as a culture or both the sides, be the allyship or the women's who are there in the each department, each team, wherever we are playing it. Again, I would like to reiterate that, and rightly said by Nitin, is this is something that we do not do when we look at diversity is just for because it's women, it's a KPI or it's something. It really makes a difference when you have diversity in your team from a thought process perspective, the way we approach things. I can tell you easily when I sit in my own team with finance colleagues, I have 3 or 4 of them right now sitting on in front of me. And it makes a lot of difference when you kind of discuss a lot of different ideas and what they also bring on the table. Lastly, I think so, thank you to Disha and the entire team. I think so there was a long list of people who have really helped in this, organizing this event. It's not easy, the amount of work that would have been gone behind it. So thank you Disha and the entire team who was behind it. And thank you everyone once again for being here. And have a great day and lovely quarter which we will look up to.
Thank you so much, Hussein. With this, I think we can end the Women's Day celebration for everyone. We'll take a 5-minute break, ladies, after which we have a self-defense session for you all. So, ladies on call, stay back, you'll see it and maybe learn on live streaming. And women who are here, call your friends. We need to learn how to defend ourselves. Let's go.